Hello everyone, it's Lindsay again, and it's a lovely Sunday afternoon here where we live. I'm talking quietly because my daughter is napping in the next room, but I felt inspired today to hop on to leave you with a little bit of encouragement as you begin your week. As I've entered back into conversation around health and wellness, I'm really struck by some just frustrations that I am seeing in the conversation and in health culture in general, specifically around how complicated it seems that society has begun to make taking care of ourselves, feeding ourselves. There are a lot of things that could be said here. This is a very layered and complex conversation, but I find myself increasingly frustrated by how complicated people are making health out to be. Something that I've seen in my line of work, coaching over the years, has just been a stifling inability for people to get over some of the blocks that are keeping them from, say, getting into the kitchen and cooking more food, or just choosing more healthy food in general, feeling confused about what that even looks like. And so Jamie and I, my husband and I, are just feeling really compelled to start adding our input into this conversation because health doesn't have to be so complicated. And ultimately, it boils down to awareness, choice, and planning and daily action. I'm reading a book right now by one of my favorite authors. Her name is Sally Clarkson, and her newest book is called Help, I'm Drowning: Weathering the Storms of Life with Grace and Hope. And while this is not a book really about health and wellness in terms of nutrition and how we feed ourselves, I found this paragraph very poignant, so I wanted to share it with you. So in her chapter, Busyness and Distraction Equals Exhaustion, Sally writes, "It was then that I began to realize that no one else was going to take responsibility for my health and well-being. I, as a mature adult, needed to monitor my life and have a plan for rejuvenating, or apparently the consequences were going to be serious." And I'll stop there. But I feel like she has very succinctly defined what so much of the internal struggle is with taking action on becoming a healthier version of yourself, for lack of a better word. She's talking about agency, taking control of your life, choosing actions that support you and your health. I think so often we look to other people, we look to what other people are doing, we look to these very specific plans and supplements. There are so many options on the health and wellness market right now, and we look outside of ourselves for the solutions to some of our health issues. And while all of those things certainly do play a role in healthier living, at the end of the day, it boils down to you, to me, to us, choosing actions and acting upon them. What I've realized over the years is that I could create a plan. I could create the plan, create the supplement list, tell someone step by step what they could do to improve their health and to find some resolution to some of their health pain points. And even in doing that, they're still struggling to take action on that very specific targeted list. And what I believe the issue is that the inspiring factor for actually taking action has not been found or met. And it's why I'm here talking about taking some preliminary foundational actions prior to looking for the plans that are out there in abundance. So the strategic planning, as I've been talking about, the self-awareness, like through my functional food journaling, these things help people to tap into their inspiring factor. And what I mean by inspiring factor is, what is it that moves you or pulls you forward to actually make the change? One of my inspiring factors, I have several, but two big ones for me were the loss of my dad unexpectedly. He died when he was 48 years old from a massive heart attack. And it was a very pivotal moment for me in recognizing that My choices hold weight. I have a strong family history of heart disease, and I knew that a lot of that was driven by choice. And so at the age of 21, I was sort of shaken awake and realizing that my choices mattered. And then when I was 25, I began to experience my own health crises, literally, because there were multiple things going on in my body that were really frightening me, especially in light of my father's recent death. And so as I began to make connections and began to recognize how my choices were affecting my body, I just decided to take ownership, and I wanted to feel better. And so I took action daily. At the end of the day, no one else is going to take action on your health other than you. No one else is responsible for your health and well-being other than you. And you, as the mature person that you are and can be, have to decide to take ownership, practice agency, and make a plan for you and for your life. And so that is what I wanted to come on here to share with you today. I'm very inspired by that paragraph, and I hope that you are too. My choices matter, and I have the capacity to choose what is best for me and for my family and for my health. And you have the same capacity. So I hope that you have a great week. I hope that this inspires you in some way, and if it does and you would like to share it, we would really appreciate that. And I would love to hear from you in the comments and let me know how you plan to take ownership of your life this week. Talk to you soon.